Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Brokke. Welcome back to another video. I got my worn out Lana Del Rey shirt on, so you know what time it is. We're gonna talk about the top 5 songs that will surely get you kicked out of a party. So, imagine you're 22 years old, you got invited to a house party in the suburbs, and you really don't feel like going, but you're French? Bonjour, croissant, I don't speak baguette. Very original joke. But your friends keep pushing, and you just decide to go anyways, cause you're 22, you wanna have a drink, wanna go out, you wanna let loose, get knocked loose, you know what I'm saying? Knock, okay? You eventually cave and you decide, okay, well, I'll join this party. So you jump on your bikes, cause we're in the Netherlands. God damn it, we ride our bicycles here. And eventually you have fun. You're having some beers, you're feeling good. But then something happens. A random dude, maybe has long hair, looks kinda emo. He asks the host, hey man, can I maybe get on the aux? Hop on the aux, as the young people say. Cause I said it again, last video as well, 28. Fucking pray for me that I make this a career. I don't want to get a real job, guys. And this guy says, I got some fire music to put on the aux. The host, he's like 5 beers in, he doesn't give a f. He says, yeah, sure, man. Get on the aux, play some music. And the guy who asks looks like he's straight from a 2009 metalcore band. He got the skinny jeans on, he got the fucking low V-neck, and you think, ah, shit. Here we go again. You want to interfere, but the host of the party already agreed. And the music this guy puts on, it's straight up ass. Of course, ruins the vibe of this party. The host tries to interfere, he tries to put on different music, but it's already too late. This party is ruined. And you ask yourself, why did he do this? Is he drunk? Maybe just stupid? Maybe he hates everyone at this party? But one thing is certain, this party is over and you leave. You feel empty. You go home, still having that awful music linger in your head. Who listens to metal that also has electronic break? Who listens to metal that has auto-tune? Who does such a thing? And the sad part about this story, I used to be that guy. There are 3 things that are certain in this life: death, taxes, and that if I had 4 drinks or more, I will go looking for the aux at a party and play songs that will instantly get me kicked out. There will always come a time in the evening where I have to resist the urge to either play some shit that 99% of the people at this so-called soiree will dislike, or that I want drunk feedback from my friends on my own music, which is arguably even worse. Either ever end well, because now that I'm at the ripe dementia-inducing age of 28, my prefrontal cortex has kind of somewhat developed, and I tend to keep other people a little bit more in mind. Not enough to think that this is a shit haircut, but I want to keep some of my identity as a former crapcore king. Now that I've been able to legally drink for 10 years, I thought it'd be a fun idea to compile a top 5 of songs and or genres that will certainly ruin a party. For this top 5, we're going worst to best or best to worst, depending on how you look at it. We're gonna start with
number 15.
Emo rap. Bother me. Fuck me, bro. From 2017 to 2019, I was heavily into the whole emo rap scene. Like I explained in my last video, I felt that metalcore kind of fell off and I was looking for something else to scratch that emo itch. Because I wasn't into real metalcore, I was into Ask Alexandria and Bring Me the Horizon. Arguably, it's way fucking better than the boring shit. I was looking for some other extravagant, loud genre. And I mean in looks and in sound. Something different, something controversial, something that the gatekeepers and the elitists would certainly dislike. Because I was that kind of guy. This was also at the time where I turned 19 and I was really into my 365 Party Girl era. But the only problem with going out in that era in 2019 is that the music kind of sucked. Sometimes I would get Gucci Gang at the local student pub in my hometown, which I like because it was funny. But other than that, I feel like the music nowadays is way better. I mean, pop music is way better than it was back in 2019. And I thought, well, Lil Peep isn't really your middle of the road annoying type of music, like the types of music I will talk about later in this video. It's still really depressing. Have you ever heard Star Shopping? That shit, that's sad as fuck, bro. I like the combination of the emo stuff with the trap beats that was all the rage back in the day. But you also gotta imagine that SoundCloud rap was really hated. And let's not forget that emo music isn't generally the type of music that was loved by normies back in the day. Well, I hate the word normie, so let's put it differently. Let's not forget that emo music is not the type of music that was loved by the people who had Old Town Road on repeat back in the day. So now when you combine this SoundCloud rap with emo music, you got something that your average football jock and nerd both alike will probably despise. The only song that people could kinda stand was Witchblade by Lil Peep, because people thought the line switchblades, cocaine, goth boy click, make a hoe shake was funny. So to pick one song that will really ruin a party, I'm gonna go with Ben's Truck by Lil Peep. The depressing lyrics, the slow beat, the guitar, the low energy vibe, just not something that will get a party started. Number 4, where emo rap will get people in the mood to game end themselves. Number 4 will send people into an anxiety attack. From 2020 on to around, kinda what I listen to now, I really got into the whole hyperpop scene. Again, because I was looking for something loud and controversial. 100 Gex debut album was one of my most listened to albums in 2020 and 2021. And at the end of 2021, people were finally able to go out again, and 23-year-old me had some catching up to do. We had to ruin some fucking parties, and this time my weapon of choice was hyperpop, and specifically 100 Gex. So I had the great idea to go to a house party or whatever, get some drinks in, get my little itch going, get my drug addict itch going, and I thought it would be a great idea to put on some 100 Gex or Sophie or whatever other weird hyperpop artists. Well, my idea behind this would hype people up, because you know, hyper, and it's pop, right? And people like pop, right? Well, using pop for a song like Face Shopping is really stretching the term. You could replace the drums in that song with metalcore drum kit, put some chugs under those kicks, you get a straight up metal breakdown. Besides the fact that the songs in this genre are very heavy and experimental instrumentally wise, the more distorted vocals don't really make these types of song particularly appealing for the masses. So to pick one hyperpop song that will certainly ruin a party, I'm gonna have to go with Money Machine by 100 Gex. And I want to give an explanation, but if you don't know this song, just go look it up on the internet, watch the video, listen to these vocals. What would you feel like? Yeah, I don't know. And number 3, we are getting into the why are these people screaming? You can't even understand what they're saying type songs, because we're getting into metal. And I know a lot of people who watch this channel or who know what kind of music I'm associated with. Metal is a huge genre with a lot of subgenres, and you could argue that black metal is worse than metalcore, but we're going from my experience, and I was a metalcore guy, and I still am. So the reason why we're talking about this genre is because I said so and I like it. And if you want a real reason for why we're talking about this genre, I want to redirect you to this video. I don't know how this works. I see YouTubers do this all the time. I'll just put it behind me. Watch this video. It's a video with me yapping for 20 minutes about how I like old metalcore better than new metalcore. Really original take, Daniel. Really good. So there is something about metal that, especially with screaming in it, absolutely repulses people. It's for everyone who listens to this genre. They will say it's an acquired taste. No one just jumps into Infinite Annihilator without first listening to Metallica and Linkin Park. And me as well, I had to learn to like this vocal style. Once I got the hang of it, I couldn't stop listening. And my ultimate sin was playing the final episode by Asking Alexandria at the most inappropriate times you could think of. Be it the classroom, be it a party, be it at my girlfriend's parents' house. I thought always be a time for Asking Alexandria. I was young, dumb. This was the thought train I had. Hell yeah, Asking Alexandria is rock and roll as fuck and party a lot. So this is probably the perfect anthem for a party. And I will play not the American average or whatever, or when every day is the weekend. And other people probably thought, why the fuck is this emo kid playing this whiny screamo music at my sister's 18th birthday party? Cope I always used was, oh well, there's normal singing too, right? And there are dance breaks, as if that would make the other 3 minutes of straight up screaming and breakdowns okay. Even though my persistent playing of Zero's metalcore wasn't particularly appreciated most of the time, I got a few friends who began to like some of the songs I'd intended to play. It was sort of a forced exposure therapy, if you will. So, to pick a song, a metalcore song that is certainly gonna ruin a party, I'm gonna go with the final episode by Asking Alexandria. Oh my god, why is this kid playing this shit? Oh my god. We are at number 2. Even though my social instinct wasn't the best, as you may have guessed from the last couple of minutes, I was sharp enough to notice that people don't really like to listen to bands screaming about their girlfriend cheating. But if I was in a very provocative mood, I sometimes chose to up my antics of playing unwanted music that most certainly everyone will hate. And that genre is metalcore's older, angrier sibling called deathcore, where metalcore sometimes offered some relief from all the screaming with their clean parts and electronic parts. Deathcore is a hate crime to vibes at a party. But like I said, sometimes I was in a provocative mood and I just wanted to see some visceral reactions. This isn't social unawareness anymore. This is, I want to get some reactions. So this is a formal apology to everyone I ever may have insulted with my music choices and ruined an evening. I'm sorry, guys. We're talking about 2016, 17. So the bands I'm talking about are Die Artist Murder, Chelsea Grin, Suicide Silence. But there's one band that takes the cake. And that was when Lorna Shore's To the Hellfire came out. I put this song on like it was some kind of party trick. And if you have a little bit of knowledge about this genre, you know exactly what part I'm talking about. Due to copyright, I'm not gonna play it in this video. But if you don't know this song, look up Lorna Shore, To the Hellfire, and skip to 5 minutes and 14 seconds. Or 5:14, whatever you want to call it. I'm Dutch, don't blame me. And you will understand that these sounds will most certainly provoke some sort of reaction from people. And one of those reactions is me being banned from connecting to the aux forever. It sucks that this song made all other deathcore bands copy this style and boil it down to the vocal Olympics, which I'm probably gonna make a fucking video on because I'm done with that shit. Where's the creativity, guys? And the song that takes the cake for this genre is obviously Lorna Shore's To the Hellfire. Obviously. Now, we've come down to number 1. And the worst thing you can play is only acquainted to a very specific type of person. And that is the musician himself. You see, I'm a musician as well. And let me tell you, after some drinks, your insecurity will gradually fade away and make room for the idea that people want to hear the music you've been working on. Doesn't matter if it's a demo, doesn't matter if it's not mixed. You think, yeah, I'm probably gonna make it in the future. And let's be honest, 0.1% will ever make it. But you, at that moment, you know you got it. So you say, hey man, do you have SoundCloud on your TV? Can I maybe log into SoundCloud? Or can I send you a WAV file? And can you stream it to the Bluetooth speaker? Yeah, I made something yesterday. It's sick. And it's crazy to think that you can steal away all the attention for the party and have your almost little PowerPoint presentation with, what's up guys, this is my new song. And the thing is with number 1, with playing your own music, the severity of how much you will be hated in this context will 100% rely on what kind of music you make. But let me assure you, no matter what kind of music you make, lots of times it won't be appreciated. Sure, there will be some moments where there are a lot of musicians sessions and you will go in circles sharing your music, which is all fine and good. Everyone just wants to put on their own music anyway, so it's just how it is. But it won't be appreciated, maybe except if you're like Sabrina Carpenter, Oliver Sykes, or Miley Cyrus, and you got some demo you want to share. Everyone will be fucking excited. I'm just Daniel Brokke. No one gives a fuck about my new metalcore revival hyperpop track. Let's be honest. And if you are like me, I make a combination of the 4 genres I just mentioned in the last maybe 20 minutes, which is Zero's metalcore with influences from hyperpop and deathcore. I don't really do the emo rap influence anymore. Still like that genre, but it doesn't really fit with what I want to do. So I'm the worst type of person. But fortunately for the world and for all my friends who ever want to give a party again, we're nearing 30, so there's not gonna be a lot of times anymore. I think I found an outlet for my aux tirades. 2 years back I started DJing for Emo Night Mainland, which is the Dutch equivalent of the Emo Night in the States. So now I can get free backstage drinks, play the music that I like to some extent, and have people appreciate it and get paid for it. So for the good of my friends, the stars have aligned and I got the perfect side hustle job. So conclude this video, don't invite me to parties, and the worst song you can play at a party is Circus 2 by me, out now, bye, love you.